we took a shot of running long, hoping to catch a caution with a bunch of guys a lap down, or the whole field a lap down, and just didn't catch the caution. But it was a good call by Jonathan. I thought that was kind of our only shot to win. I mean, I was running fifth before the cycle started, so I just kind of netted out where I was at the end of the race, and we almost were better. I had third and fourth right in front of me, so it was a good call, and just praying for a break and just didn't get one. But overall, really good day, good finish, and last couple of weeks having just solid races, like nothing crazy happening. That's nice, and this team finishing where they deserve to finish.
How surprised were you by the tires and the fact that they were so bad yesterday and they were so durable today?
Yeah, I think that kind of, honestly, I didn't know what to expect before the day started. I don't think anybody did, really, but it actually laid a lot more rubber down than I thought. I think the sun being out, it being a little bit warmer than yesterday definitely helped that. So it was funny at the beginning of the race, everyone's just putting around, because they wouldn't know what to expect. And then we kind of get rolling, and you get to like lap 70 and 80, you're like, all right, it's not that bad. And so you push a little bit more, and next thing you know, we make it to 125 with no problems. And so then after that, it was like gauging how do you want to go, at what point, So that was a pretty fun gauge. But yeah, I thought it was a good race from the driver's seat. I know maybe there wasn't a lot of passing for the lead. I think Larson led damn near the whole thing, but I thought the tire really surprised me in a good way compared to what it was yesterday.
How surprised were you by the tires, as bad as they were yesterday, that they really didn't come into play today?
Yeah, yesterday I went and walked the racetrack right after practice before qualifying started, and was kicking around, and then I came in this morning and it felt totally different and very similar to what we had in the fall. So I really felt like they sprayed something different, before yesterday versus what they did today. And I told James, I said, I really don't think that it's going to do what it did in practice, but you couldn't risk the chance of going hard at the beginning of the race and then everything falling apart. So it was very odd, just the start of the race, the pace everybody was running, and kicking myself now that I didn't leapfrog everybody and try to get some track position. But it was definitely odd. That's like the only way I can describe it. It's so weird to understand like what makes it do that versus what doesn't make it do that. So just interesting to say the least today.
So when you say it felt different when you're walking around, can you kind of describe what that means just from what you're feeling?
Yeah, typically I feel like when they spray the PJ1, it's kind of like a drag strip. Like you walk across it, like you can feel it like peeling on the bottom of your shoe, and it's just like super sticky. And especially when it's hot and you guys run on it. That's why as soon as practice was over before qualifying started, I went out there and walked, and it didn't have any of that at all. Like you could sit there and kick your foot and it felt like anything else. And then today I walked in and it just looked way darker. Like it was way blacker. And as soon as my foot hit it, it like peeled up and tried to like rip my shoe off. So something was definitely different. I felt like they had resin on the racetrack before and they thought it was PJ1 and maybe it was in the wrong barrel or something. I don't know. But today it was definitely PJ1. Like we've ran PJ1 forever here, and I definitely don't think we had PJ1 on the racetrack yesterday.
At what point did you realize that it was time for you to be able to go? Because everybody was kind of riding around there, and then all of a sudden Larson gapped everybody, and then guys started really going. When did you kind of figure that out?
Yeah, I felt like around like lap 15, I was pretty confident that like we could just go and it was going to be fine, just based on what I felt yesterday versus today. But you can't be that guy that just goes first if it does go bad, because then you're going to be needing to pit in 40 laps, and you look like an idiot for being the one guy that went hard. So yeah, you're just kind of were waiting for everybody to start going, and even when the first 2 or 3 guys go, you still are like, well, what's it going to do in 15, 20 laps? And I would say by lap 50, 60, I was finally like, I'm just going to run hard, and whatever happens, happens. So yeah, it was just an interesting start to our race for sure.
And what were you feeling there at the end? You got by Byron, and you're running up inside the top 5.
Yeah, I thought after the green flag pit stop, my car was phenomenal. Truthfully, like I felt like if I could have been in the lead, like I wouldn't have probably got beat. But you're just coming from so far behind, so I was able to pass quite a few of the good cars, and then I think I ran the 54 down almost a straightaway and a half. So yeah, I felt really, really good at the end. Just kind of ran out of laps, obviously, just fighting track position. I had one restart where I bottomed out and I lost 5 or 6 spots, and if I could have restarted that final start with 200 and something to go in third or fourth like I was running before I did that, it's probably a whole different story. Maybe I had second or third, whatever. I don't know.
My Place Hotels is proud to be the official hotel partner of Frontstretch. With plush beds, in-room kitchens, and pet-friendly hotels, My Place makes for the perfect pit stop when traveling. Frontstretch fans can use promo code Frontstretch to save 10% on your stay at any of our nationwide properties. Sign up for our Stay Rewarded program to get even more savings. With My Place Hotels, don't just stay, stay rewarded.
Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos. And if you like us, make sure to hit that subscribe button.